Next email we have comes to us from Carl from Flower Mound, Texas. Hey, dudes, love the podcast. I'm curious, with the Switch 2 announcement seemingly confirmed for sometime this year, what do you guys want out of the system? Thanks. What do you want out of a Switch 2?
4K to the TV.
1080 at the for the handheld.
1080 handheld is enough.
I would like, obviously I want that, but I would like some sort of like updates for the previous games to run a little bit better.
If they could boost it. There's like a boost or something in the dock.
Hey, these two Zelda games run at 60 now.
That'd be great.
I don't necessarily need like a huge resolution boost for them.
No.
But if you could like boost the frame rate on games that need it, because there are definitely, and I'm talking about just first party stuff. I'm like, third party's actually really big on the Switch. But for first party stuff, there were a couple of those games that had frame rate issues. Like even the other Zelda remake of the Game Boy Color
Link's
game.
Awakening?
Link's Awakening. They had some frame rate issues as well.
A little bit, but I love that game.
A little bit.
But yeah, I would like to see performance upgrades. Not necessarily.
Obviously, it has to be backwards compatible, but it's going to be.
It must be backwards.
There's no way they come out and say, "Oh, it's not backwards compatible." There's just no way.
It needs to have more internal storage.
More internal storage. I think they did do this with the new docks. Have a wired port, but obviously carry that over with whatever the new dock is. Obviously keep that. I don't think that ever changes though. I think now that they've successfully created a hybrid handheld and home console, they can't go back.
There's no more. It'll never be split again.
I don't think so.
Battery life is obviously one, but that's
I'll give you my one pipe dream, and I don't think they're ever going to do it because they should have done it the Wii U generation. They should have done it, Switch as well. I would like Nintendo to come up with their own achievement system for their games.
Yeah, they're always so far behind on implementing anything.
They are, but like we're at the point now where it's like, okay, it's been two generations.
I've got one.
Maybe now they finally.
I've got a great one. This is what needs to happen: GameCube Virtual Console.
I'm shocked it hasn't happened yet.
Just think of all the games that should be available to play on there. Like Pokemon Coliseum should be on there. F-Zero should be on there. But like there's so many GameCube games that should be on there.
I think the reason it hasn't happened yet is because it's easier for them to go, okay, we're going to remake this game and then sell a ton of copies, like Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I get
good example of that.
That's fine, and I get that if that's the plan. But I would. My dream is that one of these companies would just finally say, "We're gonna do it." Like Game Boy games, every Game Boy game we can put on there is on there. Give people the preservation. Give people what they want. You don't want these ROMs to be available for people to play the games of yours that they love and miss and wish they could play on your system. Then give them to them on your system.
I've said it all the time about PlayStation. Like, how amazing would it be that a PS5 just played it all?
It would be unbelievable.
All the way back to one.
Obviously, PS5 is the system leader now, but imagine how many more they would sell.
Again, think about and obviously this does exist, but think about the craziness of the Xbox Series X. You can take your copy of Morrowind and just throw that in.
Amazing. And Microsoft at least tries. And obviously
they've at least tried with preservation.
They can't get every third party thing. And obviously
licensing and that kind of stuff becomes an issue.
And all that other kind of stuff.
It is.
It's crazy.
All I want is to be able to play all my Tony Hawk games.
GameCube Virtual Console would be huge. They could even easily do Wii Virtual Console stuff.
They could.
Because
they could.
Joy-Con works the same as a remote. It's actually better because it doesn't need a fucking sensor bar.
Yeah, true.
But I think that would be what I would want. What are we gonna get? A Switch that's more powerful that plays regular Switch games, and that's about it. I don't know what else.
I hope that with backwards compatibility they do something that makes them play better, like give a frame rate option or something, rather than go down the path of, well, we made a Switch 2 version of Zelda you could buy and it runs better.
That would be fucked. That would be really
Yeah,
fun.
that's what I don't want to see happen. Like, even though, like, yeah, you can go ahead and you can put your Switch copy in, but
Right.
you know, I mean,
I
that's
don't
totally a
wanna
route they could
see-
take, but I don't want to see
I
that.
don't want to see Mario Kart 8 again. I don't want.
I want to see a new Mario Kart, but I
don't wanna
also think
Skyward Sword again, like you just said, Skyward Sword again.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I don't either.
Obviously, we're not going to get a new Smash Brothers, but maybe it would be nice to like release a Smash Brothers Complete, and every character's on the like do something like that. Mario Kart Complete. Maybe that's an excuse to do it, because then it's like you don't need the fucking DLC. Or
yeah,
something
I could
like
see
that.
I could see something like that too. Also, how about this time a very streamlined, easy way to transfer your data?
Oh God, you're asking
from a Switch 1 to Switch 2. That's asking too much. I know.
I was actually
it's always been a
with my
nightmare.
kids today, because I have 2 kids, one Switch for me, one Switch for both of them. But when I get a Switch 2, just give them my Switch and get
your other Switch. Yeah.
Am I going to be able to transfer my stuff properly from a Switch to a Switch 2?
I don't know.
And then be able to reset that Switch so that it could then play games?
That's the main reason I never bought into getting the OLED Switch. Yeah, because I'm like, it just seems like a nightmare. Yeah. And I've had a Switch since launch. It's never had a problem.
Yeah.
So definitely gets hot if you're using it in handheld mode, but it's never had a problem.